My journey is tracking back my black consciousness. And then I had to understand how you get into these institutions, and I've been working in institutions bringing ancestors' knowledge back into play. So that's one of the reasons I'm here, is to disrupt.
I think that this is one of the great, great points of encounter where we need to sit back and learn what it means to think land and to think country. But the idea that we are grounded, we are of the earth, is part of 20th century philosophy from existentialism beyond. And it makes feminism a very interesting philosophy. It's a philosophy of embodiment, to be embodied, embedded, relational, and affective.
Gilbrook. How to see country, how to understand this built environment that we have to map through. I have to look at the ways of the disruption, the biosphere, the impact of extraction of our people's knowledges without really embedding it into their being. What is respect, that deep, deep respect. Yulendj, which is the Indigenous ways that I have to navigate through working in communities and working in a community here. We're still the ancestors of now.
Journey is one of the points where we meet. Thinking as movements through space, process ontologies, process philosophy, not concept philosophy, process philosophy. Space, thinking with your feet, moving across space, the quarry. What do you do when thinking is about that movement? Let's not forget that Western philosophy was born in classical Greece, a slave society, by white men walking around the city place talking. It was about deambulation, the agora, the public space.
What is a dumbbell? It's a commitment. How do they make a commitment or a promise to Mother Earth or Papanata? To be grounded in country. Understand that every human being has that, being grounded. They're looking for those, they're searching for those ways of being.
We are of the world. We are made of the people and the events that we encounter. There is a radical immanence to our being. It's not all the transcendence of a consciousness flying out, the transcendence of a mathematical mind that organizes the world in its own horrendously kind of rigid way. It's the radical immanence of being part of the world. That tradition is right there.
How people move through country, how they journey, the journey cycle of making sense of how you fit within country, how you know where the resources are within country. We can all do it because we're all humans, I believe. Janabi.
Affirmation is working through the pain and the difficulties and the exhaustion through practice. And that's what we Westerners are really bad at. We need to sit down and learn, because it's not something we've been trained at. We've been trained into products of the mind, more science, more technology, more ideas, and the fact that the planet is dying is not our problem.
Place, getting connected back to place. I suppose Kamagi that's what it's about. Rise up and with knowledge. Rise up with Gadaba. It's all those things that make sense, or to celebrate you in this place. It's about celebrating you have a purpose. And what is your purpose? Name your purpose.
You need to learn how to make the Mother Earth thing something more than a poetic. It's a methodology by which we undo the kind of black hole into which we have collapsed now. But there is a green economy possible. Practices are possible. So maybe we need to get into modes of praxis, trying things out, experimenting. But then who is we? We go back to the question of forming a community.
As a people, we're so different, and we're vastly so different because our land is different, and how we talk about country, how we talk about waterways, how we talk about the mountains and that reminds us that we're a part of that. Tracking back Indigenous ways, and you have to bring yourself back into the story and to be in the ways of being. There's complexities, there's conflicts, there's different arguments, challenges. Who's writing our philosophy?
Huge Australian school. You don't know him as Spinozism, but it's local materialism, what a country, what a source of inspiration. Switch Rosi off.